Okay, budget pay, what they do is they take your first initial payment and then they'll split it up over the next 4 months. So it'll go automatically on a credit card. Now, what that does, we don't charge interest. We don't check your credit. We are going to put our trust in you, and we're going to charge you once a month, whatever that payment comes out to be. There's no interest involved at all. And that also means that you can order this today and be wearing it through the holidays and be paying it off interest free. Shop LC has offered that program for quite a long time. Everything I buy, folks, I do buy on budget pay, no matter if it's $5 or $500 or $5,000, because it gives me the ability to really split up and get a lot more stuff for my money. Okay, so that is the tourmaline original price, $28.74, down to $2,135. That's going to be shop 2. Up there, send it off. Now, if you have any questions at all, you can also call our personal shopper, 888-835-2237. They are there to answer any of your questions at all. If you need to do multiple payments, here's the number right here so you can see it, 888-835-2237. They are going to be able to split stuff up on multiple credit cards. If you want to purchase this, anything that I'm showing you tonight, because I'm going to show you some really heavy home decor pieces. If you want them shipped to somewhere else and you're paying for it, not paying for the shipping, paying for the piece, customer service can help you do that. That's our buy, ship to program. So that's very, very easy to do. Call the personal shopper and they can make that happen for you like magic. Okay, number 3, we are moving on, and this is going to be something that is really, really unique and pretty, because when you're talking about sapphires, now, this is a strand of all pink sapphires. These are called roundelettes, and it's because of the shape of the stone. It looks like a donut, basically a donut shape. But these are graduated roundelettes. And, believe it or not, this looks like, it looks like a little beaded necklace, right? But it actually, because of the weight of the tourmaline, some stones are very dense in weight. Now, this is done with a platinum clasp, so you have your platinum lobster closure, your better lobster claw. Then you have your 2-inch extender, which is going to be 18 to 20. This has our beautiful little tag. That's our logo from Shop LC. Remember that everything that I'm showing you right now is manufactured in-house from Shop LC. That is how we are able to give you the best prices out there in the marketplace at all. When you buy something from Shop LC, especially jewelry, our design team, our stone cutters, our stone setters, everything is done in-house, which saves a lot of money, because all those people, every single one of those things I just named, that person needs a piece of the pie. And if you don't have to give that piece of pie away, that brings that price really, really low. In-house, they're trained. They all have jobs, and that's what they're trained to do. Some people are stone cutters. Some people are stone setters. I'm a host. Everybody has a specific job here, and we hopefully do it well. Okay, pink sapphire. Look at the color of this. I'm going to put it up against my red. You can see it. Now I'm going to put it up against a white paper, because this is a true, true pink. This is like it's a Barbie pink, for sure. If you're a breast cancer survivor, this is the breast cancer survivor color. This is that hot pink that you really want to wear. If you are, and you wear pink every day, I know that Deanna, who is our late night host, her sister was a survivor, and she wears pinks every single day. So there are some people that once they, get over that hump, they want people to realize that, yes, they are a warrior, and that is something very important and to be proud of. So this beautiful necklace is a beautiful pink sapphire, hand cut, graduated. Now, when they put a necklace like this together, every single bead has to be specifically hand matched. If one was darker than the other or lighter, it would show up very, very easily. You would spot it like a cavity or a black spot. So these are all individually hand matched. Beautiful workmanship on the cutting and polishing. They all come with this beautiful little appraisal card. Now, the appraisal on this is $6,100. That's something that Shop LC is going to give you free of charge. We don't charge you for that appraisal card. That's about I haven't really priced out appraising lately, but I'm going to say realistically probably $300 to $400 for a decent appraisal on a piece of jewelry. That's what you have to pay. We're going to throw this in for free, and we're also giving you 25% off. So this is going to be shop number 3. Type that in the comment. Original price on this, $2,399. After the 25% off, it comes down to, DJ's doing that right now for me. And it comes down to 2,000. Whoops.
Oops.
Okay, pink sapphire appraisal card, and 25% off comes down to $1,799. $1,799. That's under $1,800. Now, once again, you can put this on budget pay, no problem. If you want to do that, there's probably an option right there. Now, normally when you go on the mobile app, it says buy now or fast buy. Do not hit fast buy. If you hit that fast buy button, it's not going to give you the ability to type in the promo code. That's really important. So hit buy now, and then it will add it to your cart. And then you hit the little cart button, and it will pull it up. That's when you put in the promo code of Live25. So beautiful pink sapphire necklace with a platinum clasp, folks. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to put it on the black so you can see it now, because it really, some stones really show up better on white. Some show up better on black. This pink is definitely, look at that. Can you imagine wearing that with a black velvet dress? It is stunning. Putting on a little gold necklace underneath, or maybe a solitaire pendant. Maybe if you have another, maybe morganite or whatever you want. This is going to look great with everything. And I'm also into very much layering stuff. I talk about that on TV. You see me on the TV set I was on all last night. So I believe in layering. I didn't wear a lot of jewelry today because I was going to wear some of these, and I didn't really want to take off all my own stuff. So I'm lacking, except for my standard cuff that I wear every day. This is my good luck charm. So anyway, all right. So maybe this piece could be your good luck charm. You know, it's interesting. All the jewelry I have, there are certain pieces, and I made the cuff. It's got my energy in it, and there are certain pieces that I wear. The cuff is one of them. Some of the other pieces that I have in my jewelry box, they're simple. They weren't very expensive, but they're my favorite pieces. Something doesn't have to be super expensive to be your favorite. It just has to be your favorite. It has to be what you like, you know. So pick some stuff that you like, and then they become your favorite. You wear them all the time. You can jazz them up or bling them down, whatever you want. You know, if you wear something like this, a beaded necklace, and you want to wear it all the time, you can wear it. It can be very casual. But you add a couple more layers of chain with it, or a diamond, or a sparkle, and all of a sudden it becomes a much more luxurious look, a much more evening look, a much more, I'm ready to go out and hit the, you know, go out dancing and kick up some dirt at the tides down in St. Augustine. All right, hi, Xylee. Look at you, girl. All right, so now we're going to move on to our next necklace, and this is going to be part of the Ileana collection, and this is going to be Tessavarite, which, believe it or not, Tessavarite is a form of amethyst, but in green, and what it is, it's called Tessavarite. Well, it's not amethyst. Scratch all that, reel that back in, throw that away. It's garnet. Sorry about that. I meant to say garnet. I was thinking amethyst because I'm staring at this right here in front of me. This is one of the pieces. So my brain is thinking, oh, I got to show that amethyst. And my mouth is thinking, okay, Tessavarite garnet. Garnet is always known for coming in red colors. Anthill garnet, Moroccan garnet. Garnet comes from all over. You can find it in North Carolina. It is mined pretty much all over the world. But every place that it's mined, it is a different color. Tessavarite garnet is very rare because it's green. So this is going to be Tessavarite garnet. And this comes with blue tanzanite. It also comes with gold spacer beads. It's on a 18 karat. extender chain once again. So I'm going to pull this up. Let me put it behind my white so you can see the colors again. So you can see tessabra. Look at the color green. Now, if you didn't know better and you didn't know a whole lot about gemstones, but you knew some stuff, tessabra garnet looks like chrome diopside, except it's way, way more expensive. It looks like emerald, except it's way, way less expensive. It's sort of in the middle. It's a rare stone, but when you pair it with tanzanite, now these tanzanite are going to be quad 4. So let's do a little on the neck right up here so you can see color on skin tone. So these are going to be, once again, roundelettes in tanzanite. Now, tanzanite comes from Tanzania, which is Africa. We sent our team from Shop LC over to Tanzania in 2012. And then they had the ability to go back once again in 2018. So originally in 2012 when they arrived, there were 4 tanzanite. They look like elevators, spaced out. And those are called blocks. And those are where you go down underground, could be a quarter of a mile underground, in a little cart, almost like a little square. And they bring you down and you keep going down and down to get to the area that they're mining underground. And some of them are pretty far and deep down because tanzanite is running out. So the top of the vein, where they discovered it, is a huge find. But as anything else, think about taking water and pouring it into a bunch of rocks, right? What happens? That water is going to work its way down, obviously under the earth, and it gets, because it's left in some of the dirt. So as it goes down further and further, there's less and less water. That's the same formation as a tanzanite find. It's almost like a streak in the rock. So at the beginning, some of the finds, it could be like a big streak. It gets smaller and smaller. I think my phone is dying. So just on my own Facebook page, if you want to keep watching me, tune on into Shop LC Live, because my phone is going to die in a couple of minutes. And everybody that's listed on there, I can see you. If you want to continue watching, hop on over to Shop LC live stream, and you can continue watching me. So, okay. Anyway, so when they found it, it's a big, large find. And as it gets thinner and thinner and thinner, they have to go further and further and further down in the ground. Also, the quality changes. So the really good qualities at the beginning. So Shop LC in 2012, because they watched the prediction of stones, they watch what's coming out of the ground. They were able to buy quite a lot of tanzanite in really, really good quality. When they went back in 2018, because they want to have boots on the ground, they want to see what's going on, how much is more available, 2 of the blocks were shut down completely. So now there's only 2 open. And they're down pretty deep in the ground. So they predict within the next 5 years that tanzanite in Tanzania will be mined out. So Shop LC has done their due diligence and bought as much as they could. And obviously, quad 4, which is the best, which is this necklace, down to a single A, which we do have jewelry that's less expensive. That is tanzanite. It's still beautiful. It doesn't have the deep, beautiful and blues and purples in it, but it has the blues. It's just, it's a less quality stone. This is going to be the best quality. This is part of the Ileana collection, which once again are high end, 18 karat clasp, 18 karat divider beads, with also your tessabra garnet. And the tessabra garnets are round. The tanzanites are oval donut shaped. So this particular piece is going to be $35.99, $3,599. Now, after the 25% off, let me get a calculator. Boom. Calculate that for you for 1 second, folks. 599 is, I don't know. Okay, DJ, can you calculate that for me? So this is going to save you an additional 25% off. Now remember, you're dealing with 2 of the rarest gemstones. So this is going to bring this price down to $26.99 from $3,500 down to $26.99. And this is going to be shop number 4 up there. You type it in the bottom. And remember, when you go to the cart, don't hit fast buy, hit buy, and then go into the promo and type in live 25. What a beautiful, if you have never owned tanzanite, it is such an interesting stone because really good quality when you look at it. It really does have those purples and deep blues in it. It's very, very interesting. And it's really when you get into that quad 4 that, we have some pieces here that are set and surrounded by diamonds that are 10 and 15 carat pieces that are worth, $40,000. And they look like the Hope Diamond. I mean, you just look at it and it's breathtaking. Absolutely breathtaking. But you can have the beaded necklace. It's not a single stone. It's a multi-stone. So that, once again, you're going to get a whole lot of carat weight in stone weight and a whole lot of quad 4 color for a fraction of the price you get for a single stone. When you go into the carat weight of a single stone, they're so rare now that the price is really, really jumping up in price. So anything above a carat, it's gonna triple in price and then really, really jump fast after that. Okay, so we're going to move on to our number 5, which is going to be, chrome dioxide. So I was just talking about, and I'm going to show you what I mean by, see how dark this looks, right? If I put this on, you can't really see it. So I need to take it off and show you the color green, because look at this. That is spectacular. Look at the size of these beads. Now, this is going to be shop number 5. This is also done 14 karat. It has your extender, your 2-inch extender from 18 to 20. Look at the size of these beads. Look at on the neckline. These are completely polished. They're graduated. The center bead is probably, it looks like a 14 millimeter going down to about a 5 millimeter on the end. Beautifully polished. Translucent is what you want. Chrome dioxide is such an interesting stone because it is mined. DJ, can you turn the air conditioner a little bit? Okay. So this is mined in Siberia. Now, Siberia it's freezing in Siberia. And they can only mine 3 months out of the year in Siberia. It's because you can't get through the permafrost. So what happens is no large mining companies will step in and put the money up to only mine for 3 months out of the year. So the majority of chrome dioxide, first of all, this is not heat treated at all. Chrome dioxide is one of the stones that is green like this and it's natural. Very, very rare. Most of your gemstones, folks, I hate to say it, are heat treated. There's nothing wrong with that. That has been going on in the gem and mineral business forever. It's totally acceptable. But there are a few gemstones that are not heat treated, which is nice. And chrome dioxide is one. So when you're buying this gemstone, you're basically supporting small families because the people that mine this, like I said, it's not big companies that are coming in and setting up big production. It's actually small families that go up into the mountainside 3 months out of the year and they make their living. That's their income for the entire year because when it's cold in Siberia, you ain't going outside when it's 25 below zero. So they make their money in those 3 months, and then they pretty much hibernate until the spring, till the permafrost starts to melt. So beautifully done. This is so well worth the money. I love how big these beads are. And when you get into a size like that, you really need good quality stones. And this is it right here, folks. This is lovely. The carat weight on this is really, really high. 245 carat in chrome dioxide. Your price on this, $1,312. After the 25% brings it down to quite a savings. This is going to be shop number 5. And brings it down to right around $1,000. So this is going to be shop 5, chrome dioxide, folks. Also, remember, it's going to come with your 14 karat lobster claw 2-inch extender. And these are bell caps on the end. That's just another little extra thing that Shop LC has done to hide the little stringing knots. So this is important. This is highly finished. A lot of times when you're stringing something that's not high-end or expensive, they don't need to do that. They just have a little hook, and you can see the string knot. These are all hidden, very, very well strung. It's done on a silk double cord, so it's going to last quite a long time. You don't have to worry about breakage. Beautiful piece. Comes down to $984 for that chrome diopside. $984 on that piece. If you can, buy it. I have 13 in the world left. Some of these pieces are very limited. Some I have 7, some I have 10. The reason being is because we are ready. It's almost the end of the year. We had a lot of inventory come in for our doorbusters for the holidays. We've almost sold out of the doorbuster stuff. So we are now, this is inventory that was made last year. And how does that benefit you? Think about the price of silver. I just got a text from one of my old buddies today. He said silver was at $60 an ounce. It's just insane. And gold is at, 4,300. Think about last year. Where was silver at? 32. Where was gold at? 28. So the prices on just the beads and clasp alone you're going to benefit from, because you're getting platinum, 14 and 18 karat gold just in the findings alone on some of these pieces. Okay, we're going to move on to our Santa Maria aquamarine. Now, if you've never seen beautiful aquamarine comes in such a variation of colors. There are aquamarine that is so slightest of blue. Doesn't mean it's a bad quality. It could be from a specific mine that particular color, blue, is known for. So aquamarine is a stone that I usually price out by where it was found, because supply and demand. If it's a mine that is no longer in existence now, I know the price on that aquamarine is going to be much higher than an area where they're still mining aquamarine. So when you're talking about this particular Santa Maria aquamarine, this is mined out. This comes from one mine out of Brazil. Very, very famous for the color. If you look at the color, this is such a unique blue for an aquamarine that I'm going to tell you, if I didn't know better, I'd say this is tanzanite. That's the color variation that this looks like. Now, I'm going to do something special for you because I want to show you how close this is. So this is aquamarine. This is tanzanite. All right. Look at that. This particular aquamarine, like I said, is such a unique color. That's why this particular is very expensive, because it is known. When you look at this and somebody says that's aquamarine, I know exactly where it came from. It came from Santa Maria Mine because of that color. Now these are faceted roundelettes, which means you have that donut shape again, but it has facets all over it. This particular item is going to be shop number 6. It is regularly $1,439. That's a clearance price, by the way. The retail value on this is $10,000. $10,000, because it's mined out. It's such a rare stone. The color is 100% quad 4, which is the best you can get out there. It has the platinum clasp with the extender. Folks, it is known for this beautiful blue color. It is, like I said, once you see this, you're going to think, is it tanzanite? Is it aquamarine? I'm confused. It's aquamarine. It's from the Santa Maria mine. Now, $1,439. That's your clearance price. An extra 25% off brings this down to $1,079. $1,079. That's your final price on this. That is shop number 6. Shop number 6, aquamarine. Now remember, you can put this on budget pay. You can put it on budget pay. They said it already. Well, let me say it again. You put this on budget pay, which means that it's completely affordable, because they're going to take that $1,000 and they're going to split it up over the 4 or 5 payments. And that's once a month. It's not once a week. So we try to work with you to get all the stuff that you want out there to you at an affordable price. All right, we're going to move on to a multi-spinel beaded necklace. Multi-spinel. And this is not just your normal spinel. This is a purple spinel. When we're talking about spinel, it comes once again, in a whole variation of color. But when you're talking purple, we just aired purple spinel on the live side in some rings. It was very, very expensive because it's so rare. So we're going to hold this up to the white so you can see the different ombre in the purple. And it is absolutely beautiful. And folks, they've done this. They've graduated it's the ombre effect. So it goes darker, then lighter, lighter, darker, lighter, lighter, lighter. So it is really a nice variation to show you the different purples that the spinel comes in. Now this is going to have a 14 karat clasp, lobster, 2-inch extender once again. The price on this, $9,999. Remember, it's rare. So what I'm showing you are very rare gemstones. I should be wearing white gloves for these. I really should. They're that rare. So your price, $1,699. That's a clearance price. Once again, a cyber deal that we've extended. And after the 25% off, this comes down to $1,274. That's going to be shop number 7. Rare purple spinel. That's also going to come with your card that tells you the gram weight, 72 carats, AAA spinel. So it tells you your gem weight. So part of the Luxor collection, which means, once again, we use the high-end findings. We use the best stones. That's a really good deal. And on that particular, I have quite a few of those. I have 30 left in-house, which, you know, when you have 85 million viewers, 30 is not a high number. So if I say have 2 or 3 and you're interested, you need to get on the phone and secure the purchase. If I say have 34, the same thing. These are very, very limited quantity on all these beautiful necklaces. Okay, so I'm going to move on to number shop 8, which is, why is that? Okay, it looks like I have shop 8. Is it the same? Okay, we're going to skip shop 8. We're going to go to, I want to show you this because this is a really, really good deal. And I absolutely love the color of this. So I'm going to skip over. So DJ, skip shop 8. All right. And I'm going to go to the peridot necklace. And I really want to show you this because my sister, hi Deb, my sister Deb was born in August. And she always complained. Well, she wasn't a complainer. She was always upset that her birthstone was peridot. I was born in June, so I have pearl and moonstone and alexandrite, and she was stuck with just peridot. Well, years ago, you know, the peridot that I've seen in the past was not the best quality. Now, I told you that there's a lot of gemstones out there that are heat treated. There's a lot that are not. Peridot is one of the stones also that is not heat treated. This is a natural color. Like chrome diopside, it's interesting how the green stones don't need to be heat treated because they're beautiful colors that come out of the ground, and sometimes you don't want to mess with Mother Nature. Now, these are going to be your oval shape. They're fully strong, 14 karat clasp. It's going to be a 2-inch extender. The gram weight on this is 130 carats in your beautiful green peridot. Now this necklace it feels nice. That peridot is something that just feels nice in your hands. It feels sort of silky smooth. And the price that I'm going to give you, like I said, this is going to be one of those times where you go, that is a great deal. So $637. This is on clearance. I have 32 left. After the 25% off, it goes down to $478. $478 for beautiful green peridot, not heat treated, 14 karat clasp, very nicely strung. And this is if you're an August baby, don't be disappointed. Look at the color of that. Come on. That is really special. It's very, very pretty. It's translucent. There's no opaque. That means this particular lot of peridot is the best quality. All right. Moving on. We are going to go into something else that most people haven't seen before. Or they've seen it, but they've never seen this good quality.
Hassan on YouTube says hello.
Oh, Hassan, nice to see you. Thanks for tuning in. I am feeling good tonight. It's getting close to the holidays, and you know, obviously I'm wearing red. I always, red makes me a happy color, and so thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just shoot them in, and hopefully I can give you some information. Okay, so the stone that I was talking about is sunstone. This is a stone that is not abundant out there in the marketplace at all. The reason why is because of the rarity once again. When you get into the really good quality sunstone, it actually has that sheen. And I'm going to try to get a couple of beads here that really show you that sheen. Let's see if I move it around. Oh, you can see it on that bead. So that sheen is almost like a moonstone or labradorescence. Sunstone has that ability, and only when you get into really good quality. Now, this particular sunstone, 18 karat clasp over sterling silver, 18 karat vermeil. Here's your 2-inch extender. The beads are going to be also 18 karat vermeil over sterling silver. Look at this necklace. If you love that beautiful bronzy autumn colors, like a beautiful sunset that you just can't take your eyes off, if you are a person that loves to layer necklaces, this alone is going to look great on the neckline. It's going to look great with a gold chain, maybe a paper clip, maybe layered and a longer necklace. But folks, this sunstone is really good quality, and you can see that beautiful on all the beads. And that's really important, that you see that sheen, that movement. That's what gives this stone sun. It's called sunstone because it looks like the sun. Folks, this particular necklace is such a great buy. This is my favorite purchase as far as the jewelry side, because this particular stone, like I said, hard to find, good quality. It's totally underrated. A lot of people don't even know what it is. So I'm giving you a little information. This is a really good buy tonight. Clearance price on this, $203. This is shop number 10. After the 25% off, that sunstone necklace comes down to $152. $152. You can still put this on budget pay. $152. I can remember buying sunstone by the rough that was not good quality, $85 a pound. Folks, this is substantial. You're paying $152 for full-on graduated, polished, beautiful sunstone beads. Really, really good investment. Beautiful necklace. Great gift. Great selfish purchase. Whatever you can do, it is fabulous. Okay, we're going to move on to Heliodor. So, Heliodor is an interesting stone. Heliodor has the ability to be color changing. Now, this is going to be shop number 11. This also has your 2-inch extender. This is sterling silver. Rhodium over sterling silver. This particular necklace was $1,000. It went on cyber clearance for $279. Your price after the 25% off is going to be $209. $209. That's going to be shop 11 for your Heliodor. Okay, so I'm now going to move into, I have an hour left, and I am going to move into our home decor, which is years ago when I met Shop LC. They met me at the Denver show. I was set up with my husband, and we were selling a whole array of home decor, gem decor, labradorites, ammonites. We had stitch tight, which we no longer have. We had emerald in the matrix. We had unusual stones. We had shungite. So the buyers and the owner, Sunil, and the buying team here at Shop LC stopped by our booth, and they decided to buy 100 kilos of shungite, elite shungite from Tony and I. And elite shungite is the best shungite you can get. Shungite's also graded. There's regular, then there's elite. And they were going to make jewelry out of it, which we started to bring in some higher end shungite pieces of jewelry. What happened was, through that one interaction, they taped me, and I was teaching about stitch tight. And then they decided to send me over to England and then Germany to their stations there and do a live show with the gem decor items. And through that, now I'm a host here at Shop. I'll say I moved to Austin. I'm very happy to be here. Change in life. It was, sometimes the later part of your life, you need a change. I've been doing the same business for 35 years, and I want to write a new chapter. And so this is the new chapter. I'm very happy to be here. Gives me the chance to educate people. I manufactured and sold gem decor and jewelry for 35 years. I've been all over the world buying and selling. Keeps me a little bit more grounded here, where I'm not living out of a hotel in suitcases. And I have the ability to once again step into that world, but in a different aspect of that world. So it's an ever-changing world, and very happy that my change has brought me here. So what we've done now is we put an array of gemstones called home decor, amethyst, amylites, labradorite. And some of the prices that I'm going to give you, I'm going to explain to you about the stone, a little bit what it does metaphysically, and then give you the discounted price. Now, some of these pieces I do have limited quantities of. I'm looking at my sheet. The most limited is going to be on the labradorite. Okay. So, other than that, I have, a little bit of quantity on some of the other pieces. So, let's start with the first piece I'm going to bring in. This is going to be shop 12. Look at the size of this. Hoi, oi, oi. Now, this is a large and in charge piece of amethyst. This comes from Brazil. I know, but I can tell by looking at the side of this. So, Brazilian amethyst is different than Uruguayan amethyst because the crystalline structure, these faceted crystals that are naturally formed like this, are much larger. The Uruguayan, they're much, much smaller. Different color variations too. Now, what we've done here at Shop LC, we've brought this into the country. Now you can see the back. This is what it looks like. If you stumbled across this in the ground, you would never know that if you broke it open, that this is what's going to be on the inside. That's the magic. That is it right there. This particular stone draws people in. Any booth, no matter how much amethyst you have in your life, this is such a pretty stone. People just want it. Now you can see that they've highly polished all the sides of this, completely all the way around. It comes on a permanent wrought iron stand. So the stand is non-removable. This is going to be, I'm just going to show you with a ruler so you can really see the size of this. So from top to bottom, the amethyst alone is going to be 10 inches. Now on the stand, it's going to be 14 inches. All right, 14 on the stand. So you're getting a pretty large stone. The side of it is going to be roughly about 3 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches wide, 14 inches high. And I don't have the exact weight on this, but I can tell you that it weighs, let me look here at my sheet. So this is going to be, 28,000 300 carats. 28,300 carats. Now, this is on clearance. I have limited supply. This is normally $2,600. We sold it for $549. Your price after the 25% off on this giant amethyst is going to be $412. $412. Now, let's talk a little bit about amethyst. So amethyst has been discovered all over the world. Like I said, this is particularly Brazilian amethyst. There's Uruguayan, there's amethyst that comes out of the United States. But the two predominant countries that produce more amethyst in the world than anybody else are Brazil and Uruguay. Now, as far as getting pieces this large, these come from either boulders or they come from the walls and ceiling of a cave or a pocket. So when they discover this, it's the side of a rock mountain, they blasted or pickaxe to get in there. And once they get in there, these stones have been sealed up. Mother Nature's been working on this for hundreds of thousands of years. So we break open that pocket, and then inside is all encrusted with amethyst. Now, getting these larger pieces out, think about it. This is a rock. These are more fragile than this. This is like the outside of a walnut shell. Very, very hard. Inside the walnut, you get the soft meaty. This is not soft, but it's much, much softer than the outside shell. So to get this out of that cave area, they have to go in there and either hand pick it with pickaxes and try to get it out, or they go in there with heavy-duty machinery. Either way, there's a lot of breakage. Either way. So the smaller pieces that break off, they gather up, and then they facet that into jewelry. So when you're dealing with a home decor piece, this is actually much more valuable because you're getting something. You look at the carat weight on this. You're getting a whole lot of carat weight. You're getting a larger piece, which means it's harder to get out of the ground. It's harder to maneuver. It's going to be harder to transport down the side of a mountain. A whole lot of difficulty in a larger piece. So the value is there. This is also metaphysically, it's a great stone for transition. So if you are transitioning from an apartment to a home, or vice versa, from one relationship to the next, from a new car to a used car, or vice versa, in a new relationship, anything that you're transitioning in, this is going to help that transition a little bit smoother. It's going to just make you a little calmer. You're not going to overthink it. You're going to jump ahead and do it and deal with the repercussions. Now, this amethyst is also found in the Vatican walls. It's in the Pope's ring. So it's a stone that has been reveled by nobility. The color purple is always a color of nobility. This stone also helps with menopausal transitions through hormonal changes, which is night sweats. It's, when your hormones rage and you end up in some crazy thought pattern and then you explode in anger. And women, it happens to us. Sometimes when you go through that transition, you're out of control and it's nothing that you can do, between your hormones predict your mood swings sometimes. This is going to help with that even keel. I was never on hormone replacement therapy ever, but I do believe that I have a lot of stones in my life. I surround myself with crystals and amethyst, and I have every stone you can ever imagine. So I do take cholesterol medicine, that's it. But I think that sometimes, you got to believe in something you don't know about. A lot of us, are very faithful. We believe in something that we really haven't seen, but through stories and books, we believe in it. So metaphysically, that's the same thing. So I'm just trying to give you the difference when people are always like, oh, I don't know about that, and is that evil? What is that? I don't get it. Stones are energy just like our body. And every stone, through scientific, we can test the wave, the energy wave that comes off stones, just like our body. So some stones resonate with certain areas of your body, they call them chakra points. Those are 7 energy points, starts up here, goes to, so this is your crown chakra, Then it goes to your third eye, which is your intuition right here. Then it goes to right here, which is your throat chakra. Then it goes to your heart. Then it goes to your solar plex, your sacral, and your root. So those chakras, when they're lined up and you're feeling good, they're not clogged. That energy is spinning, and you're releasing energy. Me talking, I'm sweating a little bit. I'm releasing energy. I'm around and surrounded by monitors and lights that you can't see. There's a lot of them here, at least 30. They're bombarding me with energy also. So there's a lot of energy. Stones can sort of, absorb, especially shungite, and other stones can help regulate. Now, sometimes, like me putting my hand on this, I'm exchanging energy with this stone. Some people actually have the ability to feel the energy of certain stones. I do not have that ability, I'm telling you right now. Some people will come to my booth and touch a stone and say the vibration is intense. I have never felt that. I just feel that nature, I love to be around it. I love gems and minerals. I've always had them in my house, my gardens, my plants. And I've always felt that my plants seem happier. They grow healthier. I don't use pesticides. I just, it's just the way nature takes care of itself. So the amethyst is something that has so many great uses. Now, Cleopatra, years ago, they said that, it was a story that, anybody who drank out of a purple mug, they thought that it was made from amethyst, they wouldn't get drunk. If you carried amethyst with you in the, I'm talking Renaissance period, if you carried amethyst with you, it would prevent you from getting drunk. Now, I've tried that. It does not work for me. All right. So, might work for somebody else, maybe in the Middle Ages, did not work for me. This amethyst and a bottle of wine, I'm going to feel it. Yes. So that's a misnomer. That's just, there's a lot of folklore and fairy tales that come with everything in life. So you can be your own advocate and decide what pieces of, I always say, pick out the information that's pertinent and leave the rest to somebody else. So on a stone like this is going to be in your home. It's going to be beautiful, and it's going to do all those things you don't even know it's doing. For $412, free shipping on this because it's Tuesday. You get free shipping today. This is going to save you a boatload of money. It's returnable. It's giftable. I would buy this. This is, and it's funny. I watch, I do watch some TV often, and I like the Housewives series of certain ones. And I was watching, there was a woman that had a home in Malibu, and she had in a cube on one of the shows an amethyst like this in a giant cube in her home. It was a focal point off to her kitchen. And I remember looking at it and saying, ooh, I bet she paid a lot for that. Because this is normally $2,500. And I can tell you, if that's in her home, she was paying $2,500. $2,500 for something that you're going to pay $412 for. So take advantage of that because that is super, super savings. Okay, I'm going to move on to shop number 13. And I'm going to pull out, I thought I might have had, my phone's dead. Okay, well, DJ, you don't have a flashlight, do you?
No, not really.
Okay, so this is going to be our second piece in the gem decor. This is called Golden Healer, or aka hematoid. The reason it's called hematoid, it has iron in it. This is normal quartz that's infused with, striations of iron. And if you put this under a flashlight, it actually looks like a glowing candle. Now, quartz itself is an enhancer for energy. If you know anything about electronics, quartz movement watches. That was the start of putting quartz into electronics. And what that did, quartz movement watches years ago were the height of fashion, very, very expensive. Now what's happened is, because quartz is an accelerator, so when energy hits that quartz, it makes it go fast, makes it move faster, gives it more energy. So they're starting to, well, they're not starting, they have been using quartz in electronic devices now for many, many, many years because of that one aspect. So we already know it's an accelerator. It's going to produce more energy. So if you're holding quartz, what's happening to you? This quartz tied with you, it's like the perfect storm. Between the two of you, you're going to produce more energy, whatever energy you're feeling. If you're feeling angry, don't pick up a piece of quartz. Stay away from it. It's going to heighten that anger. If you're feeling happy or just sort of melancholy, you're having an even keel day, grab it. It's gonna create that feeling through the rest of the day. If you're feeling happy, accelerate that. You'll be over the moon with happy. You'll be buying people coffee in line. You'll be thanking everybody, holding the door for women, helping old people cross the street. You'll be doing all that great stuff they used to do many, many years ago, and not even thinking about it. If you're feeling angry, stay away from the quartz. Go for a black stone like a tourmaline or a carnelian, something that's going to ground you back to this earth and make you feel a little bit more stable. Because if you're feeling angry, anger is usually a sign of fear or doubt. There's a reason that you're feeling that way. I don't know what it is. You pinpoint it. But there's a stone that can help you feel less than angry. And what we want to get is a more just happy, melancholy feeling all the time. That's the perfect life. Can you imagine feeling that way every day? Everybody has bad days. Everybody has great days. But if you have a bunch in the middle that are just okay, that's a good life, right? You don't want to have those up and downs, up and downs, up and downs. You don't want to get to that level where you're really blowing your stack all the time because you just can't deal with stress or life. That anger builds up. It's unhealthy. And what does stress do? It makes you sick. It breaks down that aura. And when I talked about the chakras, the same thing when you're feeling overstressed and angry, that aura, you have a bunch of auras around you that are energy. Once they get broken down, that's when sickness squeaks in. That's when you know that you're stressed out. If you start getting sick all the time, there's stuff going on in your life. It could be mental stress. It could be, kids or job or whatever. You need to figure that out, and you need to sort of find ways to reduce that stress because it is a killer, and you don't want to hold a piece of quartz when you're feeling angry. You want to hold a piece of quartz when you're just having an okay day or you're having a great day. So this is called Golden Healer. This is approximately 1,406 carats. Now, like I said, if you put this under a light, this is going to glow like a warm flame. And my phone is dead. Let's see if I'm going to take this off. Maybe I can get one more little spark. No, okay. So, but if you put this on a light, it's going to look really, really pretty in your home. Now, you can pair this with other stones. Any stones that you want. Let's say you are going through menopause and you're like, oh, God, I'm having these crazy mood swings. Pair it with a piece of amethyst. If you're in the transition and you don't feel comfortable or safe in a job, in your home, you have a lot of questions in life, you're looking for a job, the unknown is a little scary, pair it with a piece of tourmaline or carnelian. That's going to keep you more grounded, make you feel a little bit more secure in life, whether it's just a fleeting moment or something you worry about all the time. There are ways to make that transition and make you feel a little bit better. Now, this is $115 on clearance. After the 25% off, brings us down to $86.25. $86.25 for your Golden Moon Healer. Now, we changed the name, not me, I didn't change it, but the word hematoid makes us always think of like hemorrhoids and just nasty stuff. So the stone people, the stone family, got together in the community and said, that name is sort of not pretty. So we changed it collectively to Golden Moon Healer or Golden Healing Quartz. So that's going to be shop number 13. Great stone to have if you're just starting to collect stones, get some stuff that has a little sparkle because then you're going to be more interested in it. Or get something that has a second, something you need, which is going to be the shungite coming up. I'm going to talk about that. But I always tell people, get stuff that you like to look at. You know, I have a lot of stones. Some of them are, I'm going to call them dogs. They don't have a lot of sparkle. They're stones that I pick up less, but they're there for a reason. So I get a lot of people writing in, happy holidays. Thank you very much for liking my shirt. I'm feeling good tonight. And okay. Anyway, so a lot of people writing in. Thank you very much for writing in. And I'm going to move on to our next piece, which is shungite, which I just talked about. Now, this, I could spend a whole hour. Look at the size of this shungite, folks. This is giant, right? Now, if I turn this on its side, I'm trying to get in the light. You can see these like lines, right? That's how you know this is genuine shungite. This basically, we took a saw and just went and cut out giant chunks of shungite. Shoplifter didn't buy this shungite from me. I sold them Elite. This is shungite. Now, this particular giant block that weighs a lot, this is approximately 14,000 carats in shungite. Our price on this was a clearance price of $127. After your 25% off, this comes out to $95.61. Now, look at the size of this. Okay, tell you a little bit of history about shungite. Shungite was discovered in an area of Russia called Karelia, Russia. Years ago, what happened was the people in that particular area were living to be over 100 years old. So once a community of people start to live over 100, the scientific community steps in and says, what's going on here? Is it the air? Is it the water? Is it what they're eating? Are they drinking wine every day? Are they all exercising? Why is this? There's so many people living to be over 100. They stepped in, and at first they thought it was the water. And they said, well, the water is testing super pure. So, and whatever's happening when they're ingesting all this water, maybe it's detoxifying them internally. They started to do more and more tests. And what they discovered was it was not the water, it was the shungite that was on all the riverbeds around this town. So the river's running. It gets to Karelia, Russia. There's like a pool where it's gathering. It's surrounding. The shungite's on all this, this surrounding rock. And the people are going, they're taking water out to cook with. They're taking water out to drink. They're going into the river to bathe and soak. And what's happening is this particular stone is a detoxifier. It's pulling all the impurities out of their body while they're soaking in the water. It's detoxifying them. They're drinking it. What's happening? Detoxifying from the internal out. Now, what's more interesting is the more they research this, the more they realize they had never come across a stone like this in history. This has small little molecules that are round little well, they're not, they look like a soccer ball. And so there's millions of these in a piece of shungite. What they discovered was the shungite was actually trapping in these soccer ball-like atoms electromagnetic frequency. Now, everything that we are around, which includes your phone, your 5G, 15G, 17, whatever G you have, is emitting EMFs. I have an 80-inch screen TV. I love my 80-inch screen TV. That thing is jamming me with EMFs. What happens is shungite has the ability to soak up these EMFs. So instead of them bombarding you, and we don't know really because 5G up to 17G phones have only been around for about 5 years. Maybe a little longer. 80-inch screen TVs. They used to be a luxury item. I can remember when an 80-inch screen TV was 10 grand. Now you go, Black Friday, like $600 now for an 80-inch screen TV. So everybody has upped their game. Nobody has, teeny tiny TVs. People have TVs in every room now because through technology, they're now affordable. And that used to be a luxury item. Now affordability is everywhere. People have giant TVs in every room. We also have electronic devices, phones, chargers, tablets, gaming stations. What they discovered was a tea kettle. Do you have that graphic, DJ, on the tea kettle? So DJ's going to pull up a graphic because Shop LC, we did a promo to show you what we're talking about that I thought was very interesting, and I'm glad that they did it. So they took a normal tea kettle that you just boil hot water and they plugged it in, and they took an EMF reader, which is like a radiation reader, all right? They put it next to the tea kettle, and when they put it next to the tea kettle, that registered 48 harmful EMFs from a tea kettle alone. Think about all the electronic devices I just talked about. Then they put a shungite necklace next to that tea kettle, and the EMFs between that and the reader went down to 18, more than half. That necklace was soaking up all the EMFs. So here it is. Here it says harmful. Here's the shungite necklace. There's the tea kettle. You can't see it. But this went down, and you can see it's going down, down, down to 18, to 13. But before we did that, you can see how it's climbing back up to the harmful. The light's blinking. Radiation tester. Put that there, and once again, and that's just a regular everyday tea kettle. That's just a small shungite necklace, and then your reader. So, can you imagine what this block is going to do for you? That's the point of this whole conversation. For $100, buy this block. What you're going to do, you're going to put it somewhere near your TV. You're going to put it somewhere where you charge all your cell phones. If you have a child that is living in their bedroom at a gaming station, and that's the new world, folks. And I'm not judging you. That's the way it is now. Kids are entertained by computers and electronics. Make sure you get a piece of shungite in that room with that kid. Put it next to wherever their toggle thing is or whatever, because this is going to protect the kids of the future. We don't have scientific evidence now of what EMFs do, harmful-wise, to people. So that could be 10 years down the road. They could discover some pretty nasty things. So protect yourself while you can now. Now, the other thing is that this is a detoxifier. If you want to take this shungite, this large block, and fill a bathtub with water and go sit in the bathtub, maybe you have gout, maybe you have some skin ailments, psoriasis, seborrhea, acne, whatever you have that's, on the outside, this is going to help detox. It's going to make that water clean, and you can sit in it. Hopefully, it'll pull those toxins out of your body naturally through the water. Then you just get up, rinse off, and you're done. So it's a way to detoxify your body. It's a way to keep your home free of EMFs for the price of $100. Wouldn't you do that if somebody said, hey, this can protect your home? I mean, I know what people spend on a Christmas tree. I just saw one yesterday, $180 for a live tree. They cut it down, you bring it in your house for 3 weeks, and you toss it into the trash. $100, this is going to last you forever. Now, what happens to those EMFs? They naturally dissipate. You don't have to shake them out. You don't have to soak this. They are naturally dissipating. So they collect it all, and then it will naturally dissipate on its own. But what a fabulous stone. Now, we have no longer ties with Russia. There is a woman that wrote a book. She's based out of Paris. We sell the book on our website here. It's all about shungite. It'll tell you all the stuff that I just said, plus a whole lot more. There's a whole lot more that goes on and is involved with shungite. All kinds of healing properties, all kinds of metaphysical properties, all kinds of scientific properties. So if you can afford to get the book, get it too, or just pull up information on YouTube and look at all the videos on shungite, because you'll be amazed at the testimonials, at people that have brought this into their life and that really stand behind it. Like I said, I have a couple of these big blocks. I have one I put my phone on. My phone doesn't go in the bedroom at night with me. I try to eliminate. There's no TV in the bedroom. I try to eliminate as much EMFs as I can. I keep myself and my sleep perfect, not interrupted. But if you could put these in your living room beside those big TVs, in a gaming room, wherever you need them, man cave, Put them just anywhere randomly. It's a beautiful home decor item. You can actually use this as a pedestal. You could put a beautiful vase on it with flowers. It can be a focal point. This could be a stepping stone where you have two smaller things, and this could be the stand that you put that beautiful whatever you want to put on it, pedestal or something, another stone, a crystal ball, or something fabulous. So this could be the pedestal, the decorative piece. But it has a function. That's the important thing. So take advantage of that. $95.61. Free shipping today. I'm going to feed a child. I'm going to invite you to Gem Fest. I can't do more than that other than put it in your home and give it to you as a gift. And fortunately, I'm on a budget. So that's not going to happen today. But shop number 14. Take advantage of that. It's a great, great price on that. Now I'm going to move on to a stone a lot of us know. Some of us don't know. If you don't, I'm going to introduce you to it. And it's called labradorite. So this is going to be shop 15. Now, this I'm going to move around so you can actually see. Look at that labradorescence. That is what we're talking about. So when you're talking about labradorite, that's what you want to see. This is called labradorescence. It's under the surface of this stone. It's a natural occurring phenomenon. This is not heat treated. This is not dyed. Now, this particular stone is polished all the way around. Sometimes you see that labradorescence on the backside. Sometimes you see it on the underside. It's usually pretty much everywhere on the stone. This is the best face of the stone, so that's where the most labradorescence is. Now, this is a pretty big piece. With the labradorite, every single one is going to be entirely different shape. They're going to be all approximately the same carat weight. We only pick the best stones, so we only pick the ones that have a lot of labradorescence on it. This particular piece is normally $99 here at Shop LC. In the real world, $500 for this baby. $500. $100 is a fabulous price. But 25% off brings us down to $74. $74 for labradorite. Now, let's dive into the world of labradorite a little bit. This was discovered in the late 1800s in Labrador, Canada. And what happened was, it was obviously discovered before that, but the trail is, it wasn't actually brought to the market for gem quality to the late 1800s. This was around when the Vikings were sailing across the oceans, pillaging countries and taking over. But they saw it in the ground when it, and you can see it, especially when it rains, that if you have a rough piece of labradorite, you can still see that labradorescence. It doesn't have to be polished, especially if it gets wet. So these Vikings saw it on the shoreline, and they thought they had trapped the aurora borealis in the stone, and so they kept striking the stone with their Viking spears to try to release that labradorescence back up into the sky. So those are some, little folk tales and fairy tales from, like I said, with every stone, there's myths and legends, there's metaphysical properties. So you sort of pick what you like, and, I happen to like that story. I can sort of picture the Vikings doing that. I'd probably do it. So what happens after this was discovered in Canada in the late 1800s, it made its way back over across the seas to England and to the European countries that were, at that point, really using a lot of handcrafted cut stones like cabochons into jewelry. It was before the Art Deco period, before a lot of people were using platinum. So labradorite was used in a lot of rings, intaglio, which are little carvings for wax stampings or little, almost like cameo stuff. So this particular stone was used in all that. Now, if this stone metaphysically, it was put into the breastplates of warriors because it exhibits strength and courage. So if you're lacking in those two, if you're feeling a little bit inadequate, you're feeling like you're not good enough, and you know what? I hate to say it. There are times in life when all of us feel a little bit unsure. Are we doing the right thing? Am I hanging with the right crowd? Do I need new friends? Am I good enough for this job? I want a new job. Can I go for an interview? I need more money in life. All those things rolled into insecurities are not strength and courage. This will give you that. This gives you the ability to have the strength and courage to plow through all that and feel strong, feel powerful, and that's what you want. When you make decisions, you don't want to second guess yourself. You want to make that decision and be spot on and stand behind it and go, I know I made the right decision. The labradorite's going to give you the ability to do that. Now, I say to people, this is a great stone to put in your front entranceway of your house because it's like the Mona Lisa. No matter how you look at it, that labradorescence is going to hit you from a different angle. It's like the Mona Lisa's eyes, how they say that she moves with you. So does this labradorite. I love the stone beside the entranceway of a house because we all need strength and courage going out the door to tackle the real world, and we all need a breather, strength and courage coming back into our own place to shake off all the stuff the world throws at us. There's a lot of stuff that we deal with every day, folks. I don't care if you work at, if you're dealing with the public, you know what I'm talking about. It's a difficult situation because you can't please everybody, but you try. And a lot of times it's really hard to plow through that day and feel positive. This is going to give you the strength to do that. And for $74, take the chance, right? What do you got to lose? It's not a lot of money. Budget pay, we also do that on a particular stone like this. You can put this on budget pay. Okay, I'm going to move on to our next one, which is another piece of shungite. And I like this particular one because this comes with, and hold on one second, folks. I need to grab a sip of coffee. Now, when you originally get shungite, you can see my hands are black. The pieces that I picked up are stabilized, but this particular piece, and I'm showing you this for a reason. So if you look at the top of this, you can see that shine. This has been highly polished. This is stabilized. When I flip it over to the underside, see there's no shine? Look at what happens. All right? So this is fine. All you have to do, basically, is wipe this off with a damp cloth. And you're going to get that little bit of black. This side, you're not going to get any black, and I'll show you because let's do it right here. No black. Right? You can see that. No black. This side is stabilized. This part is not. Easy though. It's not going to always be black. Just rinse it off with cool water under a faucet. Pat it dry it with a towel, and you won't have that black residue anymore. Remember, it's a carbon-based stone, so it's naturally black. And if it's not stabilized and there's one piece of it that's not, you're going to get that little bit of black residue. We have stabilized all the shungite here, but I brought this piece in specifically to show you the difference. And you can see on the side, this is a natural piece of shungite. The back's not polished, the side is not polished. All they've done is put a little bit of a dent in there and polish the top. Why? Because I'm going to give you this free to hold your shungite sphere. Look at that. All right? So now, look at that. That shungite sphere sits right in that little dip. That's your stand to hold the sphere. Now, this is about the size of a baseball. It's a solid piece of shungite, and what we've done, we've actually hand engraved this little Buddha. Now, Buddha is so when I talk about chakras, this is the picture you see if you pull up chakras a whole lot. But this Buddha sitting there, leg rested, happy, happy, happy. Touch that little Kuan Yin or Buddha before you leave the house. It's going to give you a little bit of good luck. This shungite is going to do the exact same thing the other pieces I talked about. It's going to protect you against EMFs. If you want something that's more polished home decor, this is the piece for you. That block was just a big block. Like I said, you could take that and use it as a feature, a pedestal feature. But something like this, with this hand-polished little Buddha, this is a home decor piece. We did that specifically. We had a lot of different symbols. The Buddha is what I'm selling right now. Now, our clearance price on this is $84.99. The regular price on this was $359. Remember, you're getting the stand with it. After the 25% off, I'm going to charge you $63.74. That's going to be your final price on this. $63.74. That's after the 25% off. And this is going to do all the exact same things we just talked about. It's going to protect you against EMFs. It's going to be that stone that's a detoxifier. Now, a lot of people, what you can do is, you could actually take this, if you choose, and split the set up, put this on a different little stand. Take this, and if you have a big water jug, I have a big countertop water container that has a spigot. If you have one of those, rinse that shungite off and put it in the bottom of that water. What is that going to do? That's going to make the most clean drinking water. There'll be no taste. There'll be no smell. Now remember, when stuff comes out of your tap, yes, it's clean, but it's chemically treated. It has chlorine. It has fluoride. It has stuff in it I don't even want to know about. A lot of stuff I probably can't even pronounce. And you're ingesting that. Now, why do they do that? They don't want people to get sick. But what's happening is you're ingesting those chemicals now that are purifying the water or cleaning it. They're not purifying, they're cleaning it. You need to have pure water. You need to have clean, pure water, not something that's laden with chlorine and fluoride and chemicals and all kinds of stuff. So you can take that flat piece and put it right into a big water jug, and that's going to purify that water. Every couple of weeks, take it out, rinse it off, rinse out your water jug, clean it off. But you know what? You're gonna notice a difference right away. So what's happened now is purified the water, and then you're gonna drink the water, so you're internally detoxifying your body. So it's a Texas twofer. It's a BOGO, and this can be yours for $63, folks. So take advantage of that because that's a great price on this. Now I'm going to show you something that is so cool and groovy. I aired these last night, but I did not have the big set. I was on the 2 to 6 this morning, and I had a small set. This is the largest set that we sell, and I absolutely love this. This is a matched set of ammonites. So look at this. Boom! Look at these earrings. They look good as earrings. Maybe a big pendant. I don't know, folks. Or ram's head. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Ammonites. These are ginormous. Now, what these are, it was one squiddy creature. He swam like this, sideways. This was where his head was, and he looked like sort of like a crab octopus type thing. Very unattractive, probably why he died off. But there was millions of these all over the world. And it was during the Jurassic Park period. So between 60 to 240 millions of years ago, these creatures were predominant in the oceans. They were like bait fish for us, or sardines. There was a lot of them. Now, some of them are very small. Some got to be, if they were one of the lucky ones, like a turtle, they were surviving, and they got to be up to 2 to 3 feet large. Very, very rare. Those particular ammonites are in science museums to find one that large. Now, people say ammonite, I don't get it. So what happened was, up in the Rocky Mountains, there was creatures like this. And as they died off, they were encrusted with this particular, let's see if I can get that glow or that orange. It's right here. I don't know if you can. Oh, there you go. You can see the orange. So this particular part right here that's glowing orange, that's called ammonite. That is what we use in jewelry. That came predominantly from the Rocky Mountains, only from an ammonite from the outside of the shell. That's only found in the Canadian Rockies. This particular ammonites are from Madagascar, from under the ocean in Madagascar, not from the land of Madagascar. So this thing is swimming through the ocean, swimming along like this, right? I'll do it sideways. He's turning, and then, shark comes and eats him. Boom. Now, he falls down. Down to the bottom of the ocean, where all of a sudden now he's starting to be covered with, it was a napkin, pretend this is a leaf, and now some sand, and now black sand. And what's happened is all that heat and pressure from being under the earth has made this now into a fossil. So it is now stone. Now, what we've done is we've discovered these, gone down under the ocean, and right here On this particular one, you can see these little squiggly marks. That's actually fern and fauna that fell on this piece before it was fossilized. So that fern or fauna, whatever it is, actually has now become part of this ammonite. You can see when I move this, it's a little translucent in certain areas. Right here, I can see through that. I can see the light going through that. So what we've done is we've unearthed these from the ocean. Very, very hard to get a set this size. We've actually sliced them in half to create the perfect pair. Now, when I hold the light, and you can see the light moving, I'm going to put one down. You can see these squiggly lines. So these are called chambers, right? And every single chamber was created by this little squiggly. He started growing in here. And as he got bigger, he moved chamber to chamber and sealed them off, some with air, some with sand. So it gave him almost like ballast on a ship. Gave him the ability to stabilize to keep him floating like this, not like that. So these chambers were used for him to live in, hide in, and also create the ability to float upright. Now, some of these chambers that are hollowed out, when it turned to fossil, these chambers were actually filled with aragonite. So just because the water and whatever material was in here at the time in this mollusk, it could have been, I don't know, it could have been minerals that created aragonite. So there's actually a different stone that is created in these chambers. So you are going to get a large, and I mean large. When I priced these out in Denver, I couldn't find these sets anymore. I found sets like this. See the difference in size? I can still buy these. This is really, really difficult to get right now. So I'm surprised that we have these at Shop LC because when I was in Denver, I couldn't get them. And my Madagascar sauce, which is the same sauce we use here, he said last year the ability to get these larger sizes was very, very slim. So Shop LC bought them all because we knew that you couldn't get these anymore. If the person that's mining those says, you know, they're really hard to get now, and we've bought hundreds in the past, then we scoop in and get as many as we can. So this price for something that's 240 million years old should be thousands and thousands of dollars. Really should. There's nothing else in the world I know that's old that I could even put a price tag on. But here at Shop LC, because we bought multiple sets, we were able to get a really good deal. Outside $329, that's a really good price. Here, we were charging $79. $79. Are you kidding me? For a set this size. After the 25% off, brings these down to $59. $59. I have 36 sets in the world. You're going to get free shipping today. What an awesome gift to give a guy that has a man cave, that has everything. My sister bought these and put them on pie plates when she bought her new house in Wisconsin, and she's got these on a beautiful shelf. Folks, these are an attention grabber. Now, metaphysically, just for the people who are out there that are curious, what they tell you to do with a stone like this is manifestation. So what you're going to do, you're going to start in the center spiral, and with every chamber, you are going to say a mantra. My mantra is, I bought 3 Power Mega Million tickets today. I paid $5 a piece. I need to win the 60 million. I need the 60 million. I'll help spread that 60 million around. Let me win the 60 million. I want to have a nice Christmas. I hope the weather's warm tomorrow. So whatever mantras you want to create in life, whatever you know, they say all the time, what you say out there in the universe, you create. So I do I say what I want to create. And that's get that 28 million is what I want to create. But folks, for this price, this is an unbelievable deal. And I really mean that. That is below wholesale price. If you can find these, go into your local gem and mineral store and look for a 7 to 8 inch ammonite match set. They're going to be $800. This is a great, great deal. This is the best deal other than that big shungite cube of the day. So if you can take advantage of that, please do, because, you know, on gemstones that come out of the ground, there's no guarantee we can ever get them again. There's no guarantee the quality that we're going to find. Things get mined out, countries close down, stones are non-sourced, tariffs set in. There's a whole lot of stuff that's involved when we're dealing with stuff from other countries. And this is one of them. This is a great, great purchase today. If you have the ability, I wouldn't get one set. I'd get 2 or 3. Become a reseller. Put these in a closet and give them as gifts later in time if you can, because something like that is going to go away and it's not going to become available for that price probably ever again. So that was going to be shop 17. Shop 17 on that. Okay. We're going to move on to another item, and it is, this is our smaller amethyst. So this is something that, this is a smaller version of what I showed you earlier. The one that I showed you earlier was over $600. It brought it down to $412. This one is going to be on clearance for $299. You can see the difference, and I'm going to bring up the other one so I can show you the difference in sizing, because side by side you really get the gist of the difference. So look at the difference in sizing, right? This is 2.5 times bigger, and it's only double in price. So $299.99, that is our clearance price on this. This is regular $1,500. After the 25% off, this one goes down to $224. $224 for this beautiful amethyst. Now, once again, I can tell this is Brazilian because of the matrix on the side. Fully polished on the sides. Comes with that permanent wrought iron stand. And I'm going to put this in a close-up so you can see the quality. Now look at the shine on these large faceted crystals. Really, really beautiful. And that's natural. Those facets, those aren't polished. That's how this is found in the ground with these natural facets. Folks, I already talked about, I'll go over it again just to anybody who's just tuning in. This is the stone of transition. It's in the Vatican walls. It's for people that are doing any transition in life. Could be a job, a lover, newborn, new car, new nail polish, doesn't matter. Makes that transition a little bit easier. It's for people that want to control hormonal imbalances, men and women, whether, no matter what's going on. So this is a great stone to have. It's a beautiful home decor piece, but it also has those metaphysical properties. So you're getting a BOGO for free. We're not charging the extra for that. So this is going to be shop 18. That's going to be your smaller amethyst. And I'm going to move on now to our smaller labradorite. And this one, that amethyst was shop 18, by the way. This one is going to be shop 19. And this little baby is a lot smaller, and I'm going to show you the difference in size. So once again, you can see the value. So this one was $74. This is your smaller version. Now, it's got the same thing. It's got that beautiful labradorescence. I'm going to move it around so you can see the, let me get into the light. Go into the, there we go. There you go. Just got to get in the right light, angle in the right way, and you can see that beautiful labradorescence. Now, there's some on this side. I can see a spot here. There's some on the back side. That's what I mean. So every stone is going to be entirely different. This has it on all sides, right? You got that front, that face, that large, beautiful display of labradorescence there in the front. This is going to be shop 19. Now, our clearance price on this, regular price $349. Our clearance price was $59. $59. If you want this large amethyst, it is going to be almost a pound. And this is going to be $44.99. That's after the 25% off. So $44.99 is going to be the price on this smaller version. This is a great stocking stuffer. This is a great, gift for somebody that you know that's feeling a little bit, maybe somebody who just graduated college and they're going out for a new job and moving into a new area, transitioning from, your home into an apartment. Give them a little strength and courage. Especially with the younger generation, everybody is so wrapped up on TikTok and Instagram, and kids are judging themselves by videos, watching other kids, and folks, there's always going to be somebody better, and there's always going to be somebody not better than you out there in life. So just live the best life you can. Don't try to compare yourself to anybody else, because you know what? It's unobtainable. We're all different people. We all live different lifestyles. So if you're watching these videos and you want to be a TikTok influencer, good for you, but have a backup plan, because every new generation in high school all think they're going to be TikTok influencers. It's funny. We have one of our producers here, and he does subbing for kids. He went last week to fourth graders. They were great. He went to ninth graders and asked them what they all want to be. Years ago, fireman, nurse, doctor, fly to the moon. He said every single answer was a TikTok influencer. So that's where the world's changing right now. And you know what? We all can't be TikTok influencers. Although, you know what? Try it. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying give it your best. But you better have the strength and courage to plow through, because you know what? It's going to be difficult. It's a hard challenge to get out there and make it your career. So, folks, this can be yours for $44.99. A great, great buy. I'm going to move on to, we're going to move back to the ammonites right now. And this is a smaller set. Now, this is a lot smaller than I showed you. This is actually a little cute set. If you have a little teeny apartment or a studio, or if you want to give this to a child as a learning tool, maybe you're a homeschooler and this could be the tool that you teach about the Jurassic Park period, about these crazy creatures that lived and roamed the oceans many, many millions of years ago. This can be the set that's affordable for you to have used as a teaching aid. Now, this is going to be 3 to 4 inches. It's approximately 900 carats. Our clearance price, our Cyber Week price, was $47.99. After the 25% off, brings these down to $35. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, $35, $59, $35, $59. Do yourself a favor. Spend the extra money. These, I can still get hundreds of these. These, Cheryl can get none. So when I can't get any this size, I'm telling you, as a wholesaler in the business, you need to take advantage of certain buys here at Shop LC. Because when I say that larger set is unprecedented, that price is ridiculously low. It's actually probably mispriced. I got to tell you, I'll be honest with you. That mistake is your benefit, because I know that shouldn't be for $59. No way. And these, $35 for this size. Let me hold them up once again so you can see the variation in size. What do you think? All right? It's like buying a Cadillac or a Kia. What are you going to do? Almost the same price. You're going to go for the Cadillac, of course. That's what I'm telling you. Go for the best quality and the biggest. Resale. This, if you ever want to sell those are resellable. This is collectible. And I don't want to lie to you. Reselling value on this, not so great. There's too many of these, People can still get these. Those bigger sets, like I said, we can't get anymore. That's going to be the value. So if you can afford the big ones, I have 36 sets. Buy as many as you can. Hold on to them. Those are going to go up in value. Those are going to be non-existent in a few years. You're not going to be able to get the big ones. All right, I'm going to move on to another piece of shungite, because I only have a couple more minutes left here. And this is going to be a shungite pyramid. So this sits perfectly on any shelf. It's flat. It's going to be 3 inches across the bottom and about 2 inches high. Same thing. The bottom of this, you can see the natural patterns. This is natural from the ground. This is not restabilized, repurposed. It's not ground up shungite we've compressed. This is actual natural shungite. And I'm showing you those lines to teach you that this is the best stuff out there. You can buy reconstituted pyramids. I see them all the time in Tucson. The figurines we sell are reconstituted. We have to do that to get the figurines precise. But if you're going to buy a natural piece of shungite, right here is your bad baby. This is going to be shop 21. This is $59.99 on our Cyber Week, down to $44.99. $44.99 for the shungite pyramid. Now, what does the pyramid shape represent? It's on all the pharaohs' tombs. Why? Because they believed that the energy. So when King Tut and the other pharaohs were buried in Egypt, there was different chambers in the pyramids. That's why the bottom of it is much larger. It was like a giant apartment house. And every single area housed a different stuff. Some of it was their pets. Some of it was all their gold, their jewelry, their carriage, their horses. So they believed they were going to take all that to the afterlife with them. So everything that was important, they buried with these pharaohs and these kings and queens and put all that stuff around them in the pyramid. They believed that at some point, all that energy would ascend up through the tip and bring who was ever buried in there to their next life, their spiritual life, their next life, their afterlife, whatever life you want to talk about that's not on this earth right here. That's why the pyramid shape was created. That's significant in a pyramid shape. Every single stone that is cut into a shape, it's usually for a purpose. A sphere throws all that energy and encompasses the whole room you're standing in. So different shapes for different things. Now, folks, I am out of time. I'm very happy to say I plowed through a couple of hours, some jewelry, some home decor stuff. I hope I've educated you a teeny bit, given you a little bit of knowledge. If you want to see certain items in my Tuesday show, every Tuesday, 8 to 10, please write in, email, call, whatever you want to do, and let me know, and I'll try to pull those items and create a show around it. Whatever you do, make the best of every day. Happy Tuesday. And folks, I will see you back here next Tuesday, 8 to 10. If you want to follow me on the other side of Shop LC, I will be on the TV side this Friday, 9 to 12 and 2 to 4, everything under $10. Great Christmas gifts for your last minute, because as it ticks closer, the time to get those gifts in hand and mailed out it's winding down. Any of the items I've aired today, if you order them today, you will probably have them in time for the holidays. So anybody, have a great, great night. Happy to see you. Cheryl Briggs Benvenuto, a.k.a. Queen Bee, signing out. Have a great week, and I'll see you here next week. Bye-bye, everybody. All righty then.
All right.
I didn't get to one thing.